What's going on, my people? And it's your boy Brown, man. I've been gone for a long time because we've been using a crappy phone at the moment, so it's been really hard to record. The storage capacity is like 2 kilobytes. So basically, I just want to get back on the scene. Obviously, the update has just been released today, so we're gonna try and get a few videos out today. There's been a few changes. So the first thing I want to go over is balance changes, and just to give you my thoughts on all the balance changes, what I think's popping. There's obviously quite a few, so I kind of want to go through them a little bit quickly. Obviously we've got the star shop coming. I don't know what that's going to be. I guess we're going to be able to buy skins, all these exclusive items. So I can't wait for that because I've got like 80,000 star points. Obviously we've got collect coming. We're definitely going to get a video when collect comes, when the new ball pass comes. Obviously expect all that good content. We've got boxes stacked up for days. We've got about 50 boxes. So stay for that. Look, here's a gift shop. We're going to make new environment. Oh, we got all this good stuff. Game modes and events. So map rotation schedule has been shortened from 14 days to 7 days. So we're going to get a lot more maps than rotation, which is brilliant because I'm on here all the time. So obviously we want a lot more maps and stuff like this. Let's just quickly go over some of these changes. Elixir boost has been reduced from 200% increased damage to 100% increased damage. So rather than getting triple the damage, you're only getting double the damage now with those protein shakes, which is good because people went absolutely ham when they had those drinks, and they just became absolutely OP beyond comprehension. Obviously, the health of the angry robot in the angry robot in the game modifier, that's going to be the power of that is going to change depending on the power of the brawlers in the game. Same with all these other stuff, but anyway, we don't need to go for that stuff. Let's go over the main things. Obviously, friendly games, I think we're going to be able to do like full friendly games now without any bots, without wasting time destroying environments, all that shenanigans, your noob teammates accidentally killing someone. So 1v1 games are going to be popping off right now, and we're going to be getting some top-notch 1v1 games. If you guys want to 1v1 of them, then let's get that sorted, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so a lot of these balance changes were basically, there was changes to how quickly it takes for a brawler to charge up the super. So for example, Barley, he charges his super attack a little bit faster. I'm going to list all the brawlers that have had changes to how quickly it takes to charge up supers and stuff. You got Carl, Jesse and stuff. So yeah, that's that. Now let's look at these balance changes. These balance changes, all in all, were very interesting. But I think we may have slightly overbuffed some brawlers. We may have buffed a few too many brawlers. But look at this bow. Supercharge rate increased. So now you can get your super with 3 full hits instead of 10 hits. You know what? It kind of did take a little bit of a while to get your super in Showdown. But in 3v3 modes, I think it was alright because Bo's mines can be pretty deadly. And he can charge up his super pretty fast once he gets his mines anyway. Those mines can charge up pretty fast. So you know what? I'm alright about that. A little supercharge rate. So Bull increased health from 4,900 to 5,000 at level 1. And at max level, that's about something around 200 and something extra health. You know what? Fair play to him. He wasn't doing particularly well, so that's fine for Bull. I'm alright with that. So supercharge rate slightly increased from main attack, so he can charge up his supers a little bit faster. Daryl got like a 300 health buff at max level, I think it is. No, yeah, he got around 300 extra health, which is I think Daryl's already pretty good, but you know what? So be it. It looks like tanks they're trying to get tanks back in the meta, but I don't really like tanks. So now Dynamite. This is what we need. This is going to make a big difference. He charges super with 2 full attacks instead of having to hit him with a 3rd dynamite. So before you need 5 dynamite sticks, so individual dynamite sticks, basically 3 attacks. Now you only need 2 attacks to get your super. And dynamite super can be pretty deadly because it recharges his super halfway again if you hit his super. So that's definitely going to help Dynamite a lot. I love Dynamite. He's a really high skill cap brawler, so he should be high reward. Now he's going to be able to get his super a lot quicker. We're going to see Dynamite getting up in here. Now El Primo, he can charge his super a little bit faster. Basically all of his super stuff gets a bit charged up faster with his super and his attack. And now his gadget, the gadget that was absolutely trash, Asteroid Belt Explosion, that's been increased by 11% in radius. So when he shoots a meteor down and gets his enemies, that's going to be a lot bigger now. So that's going to be a lot more useful. So I might actually start using that now. M's supercharge rate increased to fully charged from 3 full hits in main attack. So again, these changes we see a lot. Now Gene, this is actually going to make a difference. He charges up his super with 3 full attacks. Before you needed that 4th attack to charge your super. Now you're going to be able to charge it in 3 attacks. So a lot of the time when you're pulling in brawlers and you get those that 3 hit combo, that shebang, shebing, shabang, you're already going to have another super fully charged up. Whereas before you need an extra little attack to charge it up. So that's definitely, that's going to help Gene. It might not help massively, but it's going to help a bit. Now Jackie, counter crush effective radius decreases by 50%. This is the gadget where if you next to her and you deal damage to Jackie, you take a little bit of that damage back to yourself. I think Hardy Hat's a better star power, so I'm fine with this. He needed a buff. No one used that star power. Max, again, he charges super quicker. I don't think he needed it. I think Max was fine. See, they give him a lot of buffs. Now Mortis, it gets a bit complicated here, but basically he charges up his super stuff from his supers and I think main attacks. He basically charges super a little bit better, so he's got a little buff there. Again, I don't necessarily think he needed it. You know, Mortis seems to be doing alright in the meta. Nita, she needs one less attack to charge up her super. When a bear attacks, it charges up her super a little bit quicker. But look, this is the main thing. So she's got an extra gadget now. She's got 3 gadget uses instead of 2 for, you know, the one that stuns the enemy. Added a 1 second delay before the stun is applied. So this means when she throws a bear, she's gonna have to, it takes 1 second for the stun to apply. Now originally I thought, nah, that's nerfed too hard. 1 second, they've got enough chance to get out of there. When you actually think about it, since when the Nita bear is thrown and you don't actually know when the enemy Nita has used the gadget, you don't know if the stun is coming or it's not, so you wouldn't necessarily jump out the way super quickly. So you know what, as you get an extra use of it, I think that's actually fine. Rosa, again, she charges up super quicker. I don't think it was needed there, but we seem to be buffing a lot of tanks. Maybe there's a tank meta coming. Shelley, again, health has been increased by 200 at level 1, so that's about 300 at max level. Given extra health, Shelley was absolute trash, so she needed it, you know what I mean? She needed that buff, she was absolutely trash. And she's got some changes to how quickly she charges her super. Slight changes, don't need to go over it. Now Spike, again, I don't necessarily think this was needed. Spike's damage increased from 520 to 560 at level 1, which means at level 10 it's an even bigger difference. I don't really think it was needed. Spike I've already complained that Spike has a decent amount of damage. When you have a small health brawler, Spike can put in work. And now his super it charges a little bit more of his super again. You know, when enemies are in his little Spike super, that recharges super a little bit faster. Terra, now she only needs 4 full attacks with her main attack to charge her super. I don't think we should have done this. Terra's super is one of the deadliest supers in the game, and the whole you don't want Terra charging up too many supers because that just makes it absolutely deadly. I think it was fine how it was. Should have left it how it was, but you know what? I'm going to be using Terra more now. Now Tick, he charges super quite a lot faster. He only needs 2 full attacks. So if you hit all your mines with an attack, you only need 2 of them to charge up your super. So we're going to be seeing a lot more Tick heads going left, right, up, down, and center now. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I think Tick he's kind of annoying to deal with as it is, but you know what? It is what it is. Mr. P, yes, I'm alright with this. Super charge rate decreased from main attack, so it's going to take him slightly longer to charge up his super, which I thought was needed. And his little penguins don't charge up as much of his super when they attack enemies as they should. So a little nerf for Mr. P, but you're hardly going to notice it. Definitely needed. Poco, I'm good about this one because I love Poco. His gadget now heals 400 per second instead of 500. I mean, you know what? Since you can heal the whole teammate, it was a pretty strong gadget. So you know what? Fair enough. 400 is still a decent amount, but it's a decent nerf there. Now Surge, he no longer has that splitting projectile effect where he would have that star power and he was shooting to the distance and his attack would split up, and you know you could end up shooting behind walls. But that's no longer the case. Now you can only have your attack split when you actually hit an enemy with the star power. So that's definitely a good nerf to Surge. I'm glad that we've seen that because Surge was annoying to deal with, let's be honest. Gale, now he's got a lot less ejaculation with a lot less ejection power with his spring trap. Whereas before you jump like 12 tiles, now you're only going to jump 6 tiles. So it's just gone loppy, sloppy. His gadget before was like an erect penis. Now it's just like a sloppy Joe. You know what I mean? You're hardly going to be jumping anyway, man. My nan can jump further than 6 tiles. You know what I mean? But to be fair, Gale was kind of strong, so I'm fine with it. I think they also changed Gale's star power, did they not? I think Gale's new star power is when you shoot an enemy, you slow them down for 0.4 seconds. They got rid of the one that speeds up enemies when you shoot them when you super. So we should expect that. Now 8-bit star power extra life is gone. You know what? I'm fine with this. I'm good with this because extra life sounded really good at the beginning, but I think it was a bit overrated. Like apart from Showdown, it was like who cares about extra life? Now you've got plugged in. So when he's in a wide radius around his turret, he gains a speed boost, which is massive, because one of his worst things is that 8-bit is slower than my grandma, you know what I mean? So now this is going to give 8-bit a lot of boost. We're going to have to go through a bunch of these. Yeah, this is the star power. We've already talked about that. Pam, there's some visual changes to her her super, so nothing much there. All these bug fixes and that's everything else. But yeah, I just wanted to go through all those balance changes. There's quite a lot, so it might be a bit of a long video, but do take in mind we're gonna have a lot more content coming. We got, you know, rich brawlers are good. We're gonna have top tailors. We're gonna have what do you call it, 1v1s. We got a lot of stuff coming. So I'll see you until next time.